Hello and welcome back to Storytime with Avery. Today we are going to read a Smurfin Big Adventure. And it is by Fern Alexander and it is illustrated by Mel Moulton. It was the night of the Blue Moon Festival and everyone was excited. Suddenly Smurfette heard panic screams. Gargamel, the evil wizard, was near. Clumsy screamed and ran into the forest. Smurfette, Grouchy, Brainy, Gutsy, and Papa ran after him. Just then the blue moon appeared in the sky, and Clumsy fell through a mysterious portal. Quickly they jumped after him and ended up in a world they had never seen before. Where the Smurfs are we? Grouchy asked. We are up Smurf Creek without a paddle, Grouchy said, pointing to the portal. It was beginning to close. Just then, Azrael, the cat, came flying through the portal. The Smurfs scattered. If Azrael was around, Gargamel wasn't far behind. Azrael pounced on Smurfette, but only caught a mouthful of her hair. Next he scampered off to catch Clumsy. Clumsy jumped into an open box, which was soon carried off by a man getting into a taxi. They had to get Clumsy back. As the Smurfs left the portal behind, Papa tried to reassure them. When the blue moon rises here, the portal will be open again, he said. Meanwhile, Gargamel also arrived through the portal. He was delighted when Azrael showed him the ball of Smurfette's hair. His wish to be the strongest wizard of all my family come true. All he needed was a lab where he could squeeze enough Smurf essence out of her hair to make his magic powerful. After much wandering, he stumbled upon Belvedere Castle. Gargamel smashed open the lock on the basement door and stepped inside. "Oh, baby, Daddy's home," he said eagerly. In an apartment across the town, a couple was getting the shock of their lives. Patrick Winslow opened a box he had brought home to find 5 little blue creatures staring up at him. "Ah," Patrick cried. In the bathroom, Grace Winslow was experiencing a similar shock, having just discovered Clumsy climbing out of the toilet. "Ah," she screamed. "Please don't hurt me," Clumsy begged. "I just want to go home." Grace froze. "Did you just talk?" she asked. In the living room, the other Smurfs were desperately trying to get away from Elway, the dog, and Patrick, who was swatting at them with an umbrella. "Grace, run!" Patrick shouted. "We're being attacked by tiny, I don't know what." "It's okay," Grace said gently. Coming out of the bathroom was Clumsy in her palm. "They're friendly." After everyone had calmed down, the Smurfs told Patrick and Grace all about themselves. "So you come from a magical forest where you live in oversized mushrooms. We're being chased by an evil wizard and are trapped in New York until there's a blue moon. And you like to say Smurf a lot," Patrick said. He still could not believe he was talking to little blue creatures. "Smurf, exactly," Brainy agreed. if we're to open the hole to get back home, I will have to smurf us a potion to invoke the blue moon, Papa told the wind trolls. But the stars will need to be perfectly aligned. Now all Papa needed was a stargazer, but where in the strange are they going to find one? Luckily, Gutsy spotted an ad for a telescope at Toy Store. Stargazer, he exclaimed. The Smurfs immediately hurried off to find it. Focus, everyone. Papa Smurf did. The Smurfs stood with their mouths open inside the huge store. There's no going home without the Stargazer, so spread out and start looking. The Smurfs scattered throughout the store, and it wasn't long before kids and their parents noticed them, thinking they were new toys. Looks like a fat blue ninja, one kid called out. I want one, cried a little girl. The crowd was chanting for little blue dolls when Gargamel, who was hot on the Smurf's trail, entered the store in a rage. Holding up a leaf vacuum, he roared, "Let's pillage this village." The Smurfs ran, but Gargamel sucked two of them up with his vacuum, first Brainy and then Gutsy. Papa zoomed by on a skateboard and managed to scoop Smurfette out of the way. Azrael got sucked up instead. Just then Patrick arrived. He reserved the switch on Gargamel's machine, and Azrael came shooting out, followed by Brainy and Gutsy. As the wizard struggled with the leaf vacuum, the Smurfs and Patrick made their escape. Papa made sure he grabbed a stargazer before he left. The next morning, Papa had good news. The stars have told me when to smurf the blue moon. We're going home, but it has to be done tonight. We just need the potion that works in this realm. Following Patrick's advice, the Smurfs found a book in the special bookstore that would help them with the potion and the spell. Papa quickly copied the instructions. "And these will smurf us a blue moon?" Brainy asked. "And open the portal," Papa proudly replied. Just as the Smurfs were about to leave the store, Gargamel caught up with them again. "Run, Smurfs," Papa yelled, ordering them to scatter. Gargamel raised his wand and a bolt of blue energy zapped toward the Smurfs. Papa grabbed a mirror and blocked the bolt. It hit large bookcase instead, and Gargamel was suddenly showered with books and dust. Quickly, Gutsy pulled the grate off a pipe and ushered the Smurfs through a drain and out of the store. Papa handed the spell to Brainy. "Smurf the moon tonight," Papa told him. Brainy was shocked. "Me? Smurf the moon? I'm not ready." But Papa looked at him. "You're ready. I know you are. Get everyone home, Gutsy," Papa continued. "And no matter what happens, don't come back for me. You'll take care of one another. That's what families do." Then he went to stall Gargamel, who was fast approaching with tears in their eyes. The Smurfs scrambled down the pipe. Back at the wind Slow's apartment, the Smurfs told Patrick and Grace what had happened. "We promised Papa we wouldn't go back for him," the Smurfs explained. "I never promised him that," Patrick replied, rushing to the door. Grace and the Smurfs cheered. "No Smurf left behind," they cried, following him. Everyone knew that Gargamel had taken Papa back to the Belvedere Castle to extract his Smurf essence, so off they went. While Patrick, Gutsy, Clumsy, Smurfette, and Grouchy kept watch outside of the castle, Brainy was not too far away, mixing up the blue moon potion, and he began to recite the spell. "Sweezy Clum, I Scrumpfoot, I Clear Novel Blue Moon." Poof! Blue smoke suddenly erupted from the potion and shot into the sky. As the smoke rose and touched the moon actually turned blue. Then a swirling portal opened in the nearby waterfall. "I did it!" Brainy cried. He looked over at Belvedere Castle one last time before diving into the hole back to Smurf Village. Brainy's mission was to go back and recruit Smurfs to come back through the portal and help defeat Gargamel. In the castle, Gargamel had Papa strapped into a machine. Suddenly, Grouchy's voice was heard. Papa froze at the sound. "Did you really think they would go home without you?" Gargamel scoffed. "You're one big happy family." Gargamel opened the door to find Grouchy and Clumsy out and terraced dozens of large balloons carrying heavy bowling bark into the air. When Gutsy saw the balloons, he took off a remote control flying toy and grabbed them. Coming face to face with three little Smurfs, Gargamel was amused. "So the three of you are just bravely gaze down at me until I surrender?" he asked. "You really should learn to count," Grouchy told the wizard. As Brainy lit, the castle were covered with Smurfs, and more were coming up behind them. Gargamel raised his wand, but the Smurfs started pelting at him with walnuts, eggs, and even a frying pan. Gargamel dropped his wand. But just as Gutsy let go of the bowling ball above him, Gargamel grabbed it and shouted, "Alakazam!" A powerful blast of blue energy blew the ball to bits. Raising his wand, Gargamel declared, "Behold the awesome power of me." Suddenly, the wind started to pick up, howling and whirling into a powerful storm. The Smurfs tried hard to hang on, but the wind was too strong and many of them were sucked in. Gargamel then easily snatched each Smurf and then threw them into his burlap sack. Meanwhile, Smurfette had found Papa, but she had to face off with Azrael. Crouched down, Smurfette grabbed the cat's neck and sent them skittering into a stack of cages. One of the cages fell on Azrael, trapping him inside. "You Smurf with the wrong Smurf," she told the cat before rushing to Papa. "My little Smurfette," Papa said proudly, with tears in his eyes. "Where did the Smurfs, did you learn to fight like that? What did you expect? Smurfette replied, you raised me with 98 brothers. Now free, Papa charged at Gargamel in anger, but Gargamel simply turned around and zapped Papa, freezing him in midair. Watch closely, Smurfs, as Papa meets his little blue ends. Gargamel teased, tossing Papa into the air. Gargamel flicked his wand and a blast shot out. Patrick charged up the terrace, dove into the air, and caught Papa just in time. The two landed safely behind a low stone wall. The wizard was about to fire another blast when Gutsy appeared on the drum toy and snatched Gargamel's wand. The Smurfs cheered and then gasped as Gutsy dropped the wand. Gargamel let go of his sack and rushed to grab the wand, setting the Smurfs free. Clumsy raced along the wall to try to catch the wand. I got it, he called, leaping with an outstretched arm. To everyone's surprise, Clumsy snatched it firmly in his hand. Give me my wand, Gargamel demanded angrily. But Clumsy pointed the wand at Gargamel, and a strong bolt of energy shot out, hitting the wizard and pushing him way over to the trees. The Smurfs rushed to lift Clumsy onto their shoulders. Clumsy, 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 they chanted. I'm so proud of you, Clumsy, Papa said, hugging Clumsy. Then Papa took Gargamel's wand and broke it over his knee before tossing the pieces into a pond. The Smurfs thanked Patrick and Grace for all of their help and hugged them goodbye. Then the Smurfs hurried back to the portal, eager to get home. Back in Smurf Village, everybody celebrated at the Blue Moon Festival, the Smurfiest night of the year. It's Smurfin' good to be a Smurf, Papa exclaimed, happy to be home after such an exciting adventure in the big city. The end. I hope you like this book, and be sure to subscribe. Bye.